First, let me explain the task. This is a payment form. We have here a mount component that allows us to switch the currency. By default, the currency is corresponding to the sender account currency, so from where the customer sends money from. We need to make sure that whenever the sender account switches and it has a different currency, the currency within the payment form is updated dynamically. For instance, currently I have USD sender account, but I will switch to euro. Here we go. You see the currency didn't update along. And there is one additional criteria here. Whenever the customer typed some amount inside the amount input component, we don't dynamically switch the currency anymore, even if you switch the sender account to a different account currency. Okay, let's tackle that using Copilot. This is how we do it with my team at George Webb. We adopt AI to help us and speed up the delivery. First, I switch to TDD mode. Copilot instantly understands the intention, loads a respectful skill file, and gets ready to work. Then I will provide a prompt to analyze my Jira ticket. Here's a prompt. Since I stated a reference to my Jira ticket, the Jira skill is preloaded instantly. And now Copilot tries to access Jira to analyze the business requirements. Now it's ready for my clarifying prompt what to do. I will switch to plan mode. I'll provide an entry point. Here is the payment form config for Austria business. The prompt is ready. It spins up two separate agents to do analysis of the code. And now it offers me the plan. Let me go through it. Just one correction I will add. Now it reflects on my correction, rebuilds the plan. I like this, let's go for it. It writes the integration test. So we first try to capture the desired software behavior in a form of test. Here it makes sense to write a high-level integration test in comparison to a low-level unit test because it directly reflects on how the user interacts with our page. Now after it rolled the test, it runs it, and for that it automatically recognizes that it needs to load an integration testing skill. It verifies that the test fails on purpose. Now let's do the code review. First we review the test. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we start with a foreign account ID, that's probably USD account. Then we switch to the core account, that's probably euro account. And the currency select switches along. Here's an assertion. Then we go back to foreign account, which is USD, and the currency switches along. Then we enter the amount into amount input field and try to go to core, which is euro, but the currency in the form stays USD. That's precisely what I need. But I don't like these comments that accompany my test code. Let's ask Copilot to eliminate them. Prompt in place. Comments eliminated. This looks clean. Let me commit this. And now it continues to implement this desired behavior. Now it implemented the behavior and tries to run the high-level test again. Let's see the outcomes. All integration tests pass. Good. Now let's review the implementation. This looks good. Let's commit this. Commit in place. What I don't like is this comment that disables this ESLint rule. Let's refactor this to make it more cleaner. Let's see if it does a job after this prompt. It did refactoring, and now after refactoring it tries to run our test again, just to verify that the change we made didn't break the existing software behavior. Cool, nothing broke. The expected software behavior still works. Let's quickly review the refactoring. Exactly what I wanted. Let's commit this. Now let's do a quick manual test. I'm on USD sender account, switching to euro. The currency changed along. Switching back to USD. The currency is updated. Now I'm putting some amount in. Switching to euro. The currency stayed. That's it. That's done. We went through a classic TDD loop First, we extended the existing high-level integration test. It was red and failing. Then the Copilot implemented the solution, ran the test, it became green. And then we did a last step of refactoring and fine-tuning. That's how my payments web team crafts George.